on the basis of what we did yesterday.
I need you to do something for me.
What's that, Michael?
I need you to hold the top of this.
This one, the one here, or this one?
You see this up here? I need you to hold it right here.
This one. Okay, I just need to know which branch. Now look at me, I'm getting involved. I'm just
right there, yeah.
I'm just a cameraman. I actually brought the camera out to capture what Sequoia and her brother has been doing. And it was good timing because Michael got his chainsaw out again and he's having at it. What I didn't get in an earlier video because we started doing the, Michael turned up with his chainsaw, was I was going to ask you about whether you had watched, I did ask you, but it wasn't on camera for some reason.
I watched the video.
You watched the video, the one where Bonnie and Chris basically toured the property?
Yeah.
How helpful was that, do you think, to what you're doing now?
It was a lot. It was helpful because now I know like what to pull and what not to pull.
Mm-hmm.
What are weeds and what are flowers.
Mm-hmm. Even though there may not be a flower on a plant.
Yeah, and it also gave like with the dandelion roots how much I have to dig for those, and like it kind of gave me, because I'd never seen your yard before, so it gave me like, so I kind of had.
You were oriented when you got here, right? You didn't need a compass to find your way around. And your brother, you like to spend time with your brother and work with him? Is there anything in particular you enjoy about that? Other than slyly bossing him around?
No, I think it's fun for him to get out of the house sometimes.
Sure.
With me, because I don't live with them anymore.
What I liked doing with him was challenging him to think for himself, like the banana peel question. Now, pop quiz. You're gonna have a banana. Do you eat all of the banana?
No.
What don't you eat of the banana?
Peel.
Where does the peel go when you're done?
Trash. Nope, compost.
Compost, yay! All right. So, this is Sequoia's brother and helper on this project. His name is?
Kingdon.
Kingdon, not Kingdom.
No.
All right, and what do you think about the project so far?
Good. It's looking really good so far.
Yeah, all we got to do is get something other than weeds growing over there, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, your sister watched the video, so she was pretty up on everything that had to be done, knew the lay of the land and everything. Do you feel it would have been helpful if you didn't have a chance to see the video, right? Okay. Anyway, do you think it would have been helpful if you had seen it to give you a background, or do you think
Probably a little bit more.
A little bit more background? Because you know, there's like many different layers you do something on. You can just do something with your hands, and you can be told just how to do that something and do it.
Yeah.
But then there's understanding what you're doing, right, and why you're doing it.
Yeah.
So what do you think the why you're doing all this is, Kingdom?
Oh, really just to help the backyard and stuff, and to like make a better environment for everything else, for it to grow and have more food.
Sequoia has been joined by boyfriend, Ryan.
Hello.
Hey. Ryan, have you ever done this kind of work before?
All the time.
All the time, yeah, there you are. And it's not the kind of thing you want to do the rest of your life?
No, not really.
No. What kind of aspirations do you have?
I enjoy wildland firefighting.
You do?
Yeah, that's what I do during the summer.
You're already involved in firefighting?
Yeah, I did it last year, and I'm getting ready to start it up again this year. So.
And working our way through the garden plants, Sequoia and Kingdom discovered this huge shovel. It's got at least a 10-foot handle on it. And I queried Michael about what it might be used for, and he said it was COVID-19 socially distancing compliant for jousting. Okay.
Yellow jackets?
Oh, we have yellow jackets. I see the nest. So basically, with that, we need to capture the nest with a shovel, and then we need to flip it into the neighbor's yard, right? There's been some thought to what to do with the wasp nest, and I could not figure out where to put it. And I didn't want to just extinguish it. But anyway, Sequoia is continuing to work around it. We just put the bucket over to keep them from coming around, hopefully. They'll still try to come back to their nest, but anyway, it's a step. Sequoia, you just found something of interest?
This is the dandelion root.
That's pretty massive. No wonder that Bonnie was saying you really have to dig down. It looks like that, like she said, it's about six inches under the ground.
Yeah, I took the leaves off and then dug with a shovel
Okay.
and then covered it up. There's no hole.
All right. Thank you, Sequoia. I'm going to do a sneak peek because oftentimes when you're videoing people, they're self-conscious. Let's see if we can get a sense of what's going on with Sequoia. There we go. Sequoia. She's a steady worker. Come on, Kingdom. Oh, yeah. Wow, look at down. Hey, guys. How goes it? Más progreso. More progress. Bet you could have figured that out even if you didn't speak Spanish. No. Kingdom and Sequoia are continuing their weeding. Meanwhile, in the house, Vanessa just finished up baking some round bread. And there's going to be some sandwiches coming out. I've just been called upon to answer a question that I probably will have to make up an answer for. What's up?
Do we pull those?
You know, we have to sit down and talk about whether we want to pull. I would just pull the weeds, and then when we decide to plant anything, we will then deal with the netting and the plastic that's in the ground. How's that
I was
sound?
talking about this. 'Cause I don't know.
Oh, you mean it looks okay. I would leave that in. I would leave these guys in.
All right.
And Vanessa is now.
Lunch, and you can tell it's lunch because the noon siren is going.
See what.
See, I made these rolls this morning. It's sourdough rye and melted some cheese and the homemade pickles that I made over at Harrison Ranch last year.
Wow. And Vanessa also took precautions to wash her hands before she prepared the meal.
It sounds pretty cool. What are these?
Oh, that's from the pickles.
Oh, okay.
Let's examine that more closely.
That's a sliced onion.
Oh, how's it taste?
Sweet.
Sweet. Pickles and mustard and cheese on fresh baked bread. How else could it taste?
And we got the last two cowboy cookies I made.
Oh, the last two cowboy cookies. They're not even wearing 10-gallon hats. Sequoia and Kingdom started off about 10:15 this morning and have been weeding and weeding and weeding and weeding and weeding with more weeding.
Go give me the shovel and dig this out for me.
All right, well, the tool for the job. Weeding. Ooh, the irises are coming out. Look at that. Irises. Starting to blossom. Michael's bringing the trailer up. So we can remove the detritus over the top of the fence. And weeding, 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 until they're almost all the way up. Whoops, I didn't like see that. To the gate leading to the front half of the property. Okay.
I hate that rope. Coming down that thing.
Oh, from the ranch?
One of the worst roads possible. Why I don't clean that.
Well, I'll be abandoning the camera and helping you out here. How about that for like, what, 2 hours? Sequoia?
I pulled up the netting that was under this, so this is all darker.
Sure.
there
And we
was-
agreed to do that because
the roots. This is the only thing I think. Do you want to keep this one?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so this is the only one besides a little bit over there that the rest is this.
Okay, so this looks like a good candidate for us to plant the blueberry bush that we have that has yet to bud any leaves, but this would be a great spot for it. Blueberries can get pretty large, so if we were to plant right about there, it probably would grow from there to there. As it turns out, Sequoia let us know that she's only going to be able to work today and possibly one more day in another week because she has a major change in life status in the offing. College?
Yeah.
Relocation?
Yeah.
So Kingdon is waiting to be picked up, and Sequoia continues to work very deftly and intentfully. Now she's moving here where in the future we hope to have some beautiful bushes. We're thinking, in particular, those irises that are in the corner, and they will make a very nice addition to the front of the front window because they don't get any higher than the window itself. So once this is all prepped, we'll probably get in touch with, I think Bonnie basically said that the irises should be moved after they fully flower. After they fully flower and the flowers wilt would be a good time because after all, what are they going to do? They're using all the resources now in order to multiply themselves, and they're certainly a beautiful flower. So anyway, boy, there's really good progress, Sequoia. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, Sequoia, we first met you when we started going over to the Java Junction. You were a barista there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And with the COVID crisis, they reduced staff. But you also were saying something earlier that I remember you were mentioning that you were pretty busy with wrapping up school, so it wasn't a big loss to you.
Yeah.
But here we go. The front garden area out to the street. It's now refined Donna Center plant life. Ryan's dealing with Between the Rocks. Thank you, Ryan. And Sequoia's now on to the little section that's probably destined to have a blueberry plant right where she's sitting. And we continue to accumulate composting material. The bin is getting quite full. There's still work to be done, but I think we're about 60 to 70% finished. Out the window, I noticed that Sequoia moved across the front yard. I'm thinking they've pretty much got this entire stone-centered alley of garden plot, our garden plot taken care of. We'll still have to cut these babies back. They sure are pretty though. So look at that. Very nice. And the walkway itself has been cleared, and we'll need to transfer some of the thyme into it at some point, but that won't be anything that Sequoia works on with Ryan. As you can see, definitely getting seriously overcast. And Sequoia and Ryan have now launched into the last section, this part of the fence and along the front. If you have a chance, Sequoia, outside the fence along the front, there's also some stuff growing you might want to.
I saw that one.
You caught that already? Very good. As far as piling up the composting material, once that starts to overflow, just make a little pile next to it. I'll deal with that later on. Excellent. Boy, I'd say we got rain within an hour. What's the guess on that?
It's supposed to be a good percent or a good chance of rain before 6.
Before 6. As we step out here, we're definitely starting to get some drizzle. Sequoia and Ryan are working pretty hard to try to finish up everything until they get at least up to the front gate there. And then what remains will remain until possibly they come back after graduation, which I hear is going to happen in a very unusual manner. And that was again Sequoia. You guys are going to graduate by parking your cars in the parking lot, and as you get called up, you'll go in caps and gowns, right?
Yeah. Just normal, but just without the being in a gym or on the field. And
So the same basic graduation ceremony. And you guys are both graduating this year?
I graduated last year.
You did. So you got to have the full ceremonial treatment.
Yeah, kinda.
Why
I
not?
graduated on a baseball field. I played in a state championship game, lost, but
It was the state championship though.
yeah, and our graduation happened to fall on the same day, so we graduated on the field.
Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, other than we lost.
Other than you lost, but you know, to get all the way to Oregon State Championship finals, that's an accomplishment.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's got to have some nice memories for you.
yeah.
Victory. All right, well, I'm going to get in and not distract you guys any longer. Here we go. Hey, I'm hoping this was a very positive experience for everyone. Not for the weeds, however. The weeds took it on the chin.
yep.
And so you just brought everything over here. Oh, you managed to get everything in a compost pile.
There's all the wood that I picked up and down on the ground.
Excellent, and I will do.
There's some metal stuff that I just put over there.
I see. I will avoid it with my feet. And then, of course, we've done all the way along here. Did you have anything in particular that was problematic for you along the way? Did you feel like you were well prepped? I noticed, Ryan, you did a nice job of cleaning out the stones over here, right? Yeah, all we got to do now is plant some of that thyme. The thyme that she talked about. You just drop it in the cracks and push it down a little bit, and it'll grow in. It'll keep the other plants from growing in their place. So this section is the only section left undone, right in here. Were you able to finish this section over here?
No.
No. Okay, so that's
In the corner.
just.
We went to the front and did a little bit, but we couldn't do so bad.
So basically, it's just rain limited.
Yeah.
Oh, and windy, and it's chilly too. We didn't exactly dress for this sort of thing, did we? You know what I'm going to suggest we do is stand right over here in the front porch. Get out of the wind and out of the rain. I want to thank you both.
Yep.
And it was a special bonus to have you come along too, Ryan. That was way cool. All right, and then you're thinking about maybe a week or so. There might be a day
Yeah. but I
you're
think
gonna
I'm
leave.
finish.